Hey guys, what up? It's Jack, and welcome back yet again about another Mortal Kombat 1 video. And I wanted to get this one out because, as we know, Mortal Kombat is really famous with its secrets, right? The game is all about secrets, and that also includes tweets from Ed Boon and hints in trailers and footage that we see. And in this one, I want to go over 5 things that that this trailer specifically showed me and told me, and I think carry some weight. One of these things is kind of obvious, but I think the rest are pretty decent, especially the first one that I'm gonna talk about right now. And the first one is that I believe Scorpion and Sub Zero are actually brothers. And as a matter of fact, I think they're twin brothers in this timeline in the story. And I'll even go as far as to say that maybe even Raiden and Kung Lao are also brothers in this particular story, in this timeline of this alternate Mortal Kombat 1. And you know why else? Who else was featured into this trailer? Melina and Katana, who we know are siblings, right? So, and another thing that leads me to believe this is because at the end of this trailer, what does it say? It's in our blood. That's what it says. Okay. So I know it's a lot, but if you think about it, I mean, even if all of these guys aren't brothers or siblings, so to speak, the biggest one that's obvious to me is Scorpion and Sub Zero. I mean, even Raiden and Kung Lao seem to be siblings. I mean, they're living in the same area and stuff like that. So, obviously, we know that the other guy is Raiden because of the hat. Okay. So we know that that's Raiden. And I want to go into the second one. The second thing that the trailer told me is we have a finally to get a chance to get a Raiden backstory or origin story, because originally he was a thunder god. We thought he was cool, great, and then he, after a few more sequels, he ended up turning turning I don't want to say evil, but he ended up being pissed off, which again made him cool because it added a little spice to the character, right? And then after that, he's kind of been maintaining, so to speak, right? It's been rinse and repeat with Raiden, right? Which has kind of, to a certain extent, made him bland. Not from a gameplay standpoint, not in terms of coolness as a character, but in terms of his story arc and everything like that, it's been kind of bland, so to speak, with Raiden, right? They could easily go further with that. And I think they have chosen to, like, this is their chance for NetherRealm and company to really give a backstory. Haven't you ever been curious about the Thunder God Raiden? Have you ever been curious about the Thunder God Raiden? So, in terms of where he comes from, what his origins are and stuff like that, I think this is the perfect opportunity to put that in there, because it's a damn cool character. So now we actually get to give him a little bit of filler, so to speak. All right, here we go. The next thing that I saw, that there was one particular hint towards the end of the trailer of an open world conquest type of thing, because, well, when Liu Kang does his fatality on Shang Tsung at the very end, and then you see him uh, do the motions with his hands, and he goes into his bowing pose, right? And you see the logo right behind him, right? Um, take a closer look at the logo. What do you see when you see through at the logo, right? You see a world behind you, right? You see an open world behind you, and that kind of is a hint, because when you look at when you look at a lot of open world games and stuff like that, that is what their box art looks like, or part of their logo and stuff. So to me, that's kind of what it hinted at. And of course, in the trailer, what do you see? You see Edenia, you see, where Scorpion and Sub Zero are from, and then you see where Kung Lao and Liu Kang are from, right? So you're seeing a lot of different elements in different worlds, and hopefully we get to see even more. And again, this is just this is basically a reveal trailer, a sneak peek, right? Just feeding us little tidbits and bits and pieces and stuff. Um, so yeah, that is the other hint I got. That was the third one. Okay. The fourth is a little bit towards the obvious side. Obviously it's cut from the footage that you're seeing here in this video for obvious reasons as far as YouTube goes, just to play it safe. But the fatality montage and fighting that you see is more or less going to be the gameplay of terms of how it's going to look and what the fatalities are going to be. And previous iterations of trailers have shown us that. In the Mortal Kombat X trailer, when Scorpion finished off Sub-Zero, that, even though it looked better in the trailer than it did in the game, it still looked the same in the game. It was still the same fatality in the game, right? It was that same exact fatality. And then in Mortal Kombat 11's reveal trailer, when Scorpion did his fatality on Raiden, again, the exact same fatality, and it looked identical to what you saw in the gameplay, right? Because again, technology. So, like for instance, the fatality that you saw Liu Kang do, guess what? Uh, I'm willing to. I'm not a gambling person, but I'm willing to bet that that is his fatality in the game, the one that you see him do on Shang Tsung. So, and the very bit where Shang Tsung does a tornado kick, and basically Liu Kang kicks him with a front kick down to the ground. In that aspect, I think that's like a very small glimpse of like what the gameplay is actually going to look like in terms of the smoothness and everything else. So, just kind of wanted to throw that in there. But the one thing for sure is that that fatality montage. Don't be surprised if those are some of the fatalities that are in this game. Okay, so just kind of wanted to throw that out there because Shang Tsung did a soul steal. He also did a head stomp and stuff like that. So it don't be surprised if you see that in the game. The Liu Kang one at the end for sure, especially since the fatalities that have ended the trailers in the last two games have been the fatalities that have been in the game. So for sure, Liu Kang's. All right, and then obviously the one is a little bit obvious, too obvious actually, and that is that Shang Tsung is not the main antagonist in the game. So, because you literally see Liu Kang kill him, but at the same time, it doesn't necessarily mean that he may not be an antagonist or that that's how Shang Tsung is gonna meet his demise. I'm not saying that, but the thing is, if you're gonna have a main antagonist in the game, you're not gonna kill him off in your trailer. So those are a few reasons right there why I think that Shang Tsung is not the main antagonist. So he is going to be an antagonist, I believe, but in terms of the main one, I doubt it. I doubt it. There's somebody else, whether it's going to be Onaga or whether it's going to be Shao Kahn or who knows, maybe Liu Kang goes ape shit and he might even be the antagonist. I don't know. I doubt it though. I think they need to have a major player out there. So again, the first one, and just a quick review. The first one, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, twin brothers. That's what I believe. And even when you go and look at their clothes and what they're wearing, I know Scorpion and Sub-Zero looked identical in previous Mortal Kombat titles, but with the technology now, and especially with the previous games, like their musculature didn't have to be the same, but they did that on purpose. Look at their hair, the gray in their hair and everything else, the hairstyle itself. They don't have to be identical in today's technology. The reason why they looked identical back in the past was because of the technology limitations and shit like that. So or whatnot, in terms of just limitations, let's put it that way, not necessarily technology but just limitations, let's put it that way. So yeah, and then obviously number two was we get to see a Raiden origin / backstory, and then there'd be an open world conquest mode, and we get to see Edenia, we get to see Earth Realm and additional realms. So let's see, and then the fatality montage at the end, specifically Liu Kang's fatality, would be the fatality that's in the game, with a hint of a little bit of a gameplay element when Liu Kang kicks down Shang Tsung, and then obviously Shang Tsung is not the main antagonist. So the biggest two obviously are there's basically three big ones that are not necessarily quite as obvious, but they're like staring at you in the face, and that's the first three. And then the other two, I just thought I'd mention them because with NetherRealm trailers and stuff like that, and with their secrets and stuff like that, there is a pattern. So if you see that sort of thing, you might as well mention it. So anyway, I just want to make this quick little video in terms of what this trailer told me. It is possible that Raiden and Kung Lao might be brothers in this. And again, at the end, what does it say? It's in our blood, right? So Melina, these are the people that are featured in this. Hell, can you imagine if Liu Kang and Shang Tsung were actually brothers in this timeline? But I doubt it. And no, because Liu Kang actually created this kind of timeline, this kind of world. So no, Liu Kang would have been aware of it because he was a creator. So that's not it. But in terms of everybody else that was featured, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Kitana, Melina, and Kung Lao and Raiden, that may very well be the thing. But my biggest speculation is Scorpion and Sub-Zero would be. I know that sounds insane. I may very well be wrong, but that's what it seems like to me, especially with that it's in our blood sort of thing. Anyway, yeah, this is just me being the Mortal Kombat fan that I am. Sometimes I'm spot on, and sometimes I'm way the hell off and downright crazy. So roast me in the comments if you want, but it's all part of the fun, right? We're all Mortal Kombat fans here, and we all get to have fun with it and speculate and get excited about it, just like we did when we were kids growing up on this. So let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.